Imagine a world where all the knowledge of the ancient world was preserved, not destroyed. No fires, no invasions, no censorship. What if the great minds of Babylon, Egypt, Greece, Persia, and India had their wisdom protected in one place, for generations to build upon? The Library of Alexandria wasn't just a building, it was a living archive of everything humanity had discovered, and perhaps things we weren't ready to understand. Then, it vanished, burned, lost, erased from history. But how? Why? And most importantly, what was inside? In this documentary, we explore one of the greatest mysteries of human history, the rise and fall of the ancient world's most powerful library. Was it an accident, a war casualty, or something more deliberate? And if we hadn't lost it, would our world today be centuries ahead? After the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC, his vast empire was divided among his generals. One of them, Ptolemy I Soter, took control of Egypt and founded a dynasty that would rule for centuries. But Ptolemy didn't just want power, he wanted legacy. He envisioned Alexandria not just as a trade hub, but as the intellectual capital of the world. With that vision, the Great Library of Alexandria was born. Located within the royal quarter of the city, the library became part of a larger institution called the Museion, a center dedicated to the muses, the goddesses of inspiration. Think of it as the first true research university. The goal was radical for its time: collect all the world's knowledge in one place. Every ship that docked in Alexandria's port was searched. Any written material, scrolls, manuscripts, even letters, was copied and stored. The Ptolemies spared no effort. They sent agents to Greece, India, Babylon, and beyond, buying or copying any text they could find. Scholars from every corner of the ancient world came to study there. Mathematicians, astronomers, doctors, historians, and philosophers. The library soon housed hundreds of thousands of papyrus scrolls, some say up to 1 million. Here, Euclid developed the foundations of geometry. Eratosthenes calculated the Earth's circumference. This was a place where science, art, philosophy, and religion coexisted, freely studied, questioned, and debated. Alexandria became a beacon of human curiosity, a city where ideas were sacred, a place where knowledge was power. So what exactly was stored inside the Library of Alexandria? Not just Greek philosophy or Egyptian mythology, but texts from all known civilizations of the ancient world. Papyrus scrolls from Mesopotamia, mathematical theories from India, medicinal recipes from Egypt, astronomy from Babylonia, and even lost writings from now forgotten tribes. The aim was not just to collect, but to preserve, translate, and study. Works in Sanskrit, Persian, Hebrew, and Coptic were copied and translated into Greek. This was a place where the knowledge of the world was unified. Some scrolls reportedly contained early knowledge of electricity, flying machines, anatomy, and even steam-powered mechanisms, long before they were discovered centuries later. There were maps of unknown lands, speculative theories about atoms, and ancient medical techniques we are only rediscovering today. The library housed the works of great thinkers: Aristotle, Archimedes, Herophilos, Galen, and many whose names were erased by time. But perhaps the most haunting part? We will never know exactly what was lost, because no catalog survived, no full record, just fragments, whispers, echoes of a forgotten treasure trove of knowledge. Alexandria was more than a city. It was a magnet for the greatest minds of the ancient world. From Greece and Rome, from India and Babylon, from Africa and Persia, scholars, scientists, engineers, and philosophers came to study and share knowledge. The Museion, the institution connected to the library, functioned like a modern-day university and think tank. Residents of the Museion received salaries, free food, lodging, and access to thousands of scrolls. Here, Herophilos dissected human bodies to study anatomy, something considered taboo elsewhere. Eratosthenes The librarian himself famously calculated the Earth's circumference with remarkable accuracy using only a stick and a shadow. Hipparchus developed star catalogs and theories about planetary motion. Ideas flowed freely, cultures mixed. This was the beating heart of scientific progress, centuries ahead of its time. While Europe fell into superstition and stagnation, Alexandria thrived on rational thought, experimentation, and open debate. In many ways, it was the ancient world's Silicon Valley, a hub of genius and discovery, and all of it revolved around one goal: understanding the universe. For centuries, historians have debated one question: who destroyed the Library of Alexandria? The truth is, no one really knows. But there are three major theories, each tied to the political and religious shifts that shaped the ancient world. Theory 1, Julius Caesar's fire, 48 BC. In 48 BC, during his civil war with Pompey, Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria. He set fire to his enemy's ships in the harbor, but the fire spread to the docks and then to the city. Some sources suggest the flames reached the library's warehouses and destroyed thousands of scrolls. Caesar himself later wrote that accidents of war caused great damage, though he never mentioned the library by name. Theory 2, Christian zealotry, 3rd to 4th century AD. By the 4th century, Christianity had become dominant in the Roman Empire. Pagan institutions like the Museion were seen as heretical and dangerous. In 391 AD, Roman Emperor Theodosius I issued a decree banning pagan worship. Soon after, the Great Serapeum of Alexandria, which may have held parts of the library, was attacked and destroyed by Christian mobs. Many scholars see this as a targeted erasure of pagan knowledge. Theory 3, the Muslim conquest, 7th century AD. In 642 AD, Amr ibn al-As, a general of the Rashidun Caliphate, conquered Alexandria. According to later sources, he was asked what to do with the scrolls. Legend says he replied, "If the books agree with the Quran, we don't need them. If they disagree, they are dangerous." The scrolls were allegedly used as fuel for the city's public baths and burned for 6 months. However, many modern historians doubt the accuracy of this account, calling it politically motivated. In the end, it may not have been one single event, but a slow erosion over centuries, war, religion, politics, and neglect. A flame not snuffed out all at once, but dimmed over time until nothing was left. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria wasn't just a loss of books, it was a loss of potential. Imagine if humanity hadn't lost centuries of accumulated wisdom. We might have discovered electricity 1,000 years earlier. We could have developed modern medicine in the Middle Ages, steam engines, flying machines, or even early forms of computers. All of them may have been delayed by a single cultural blackout. How many diseases could have been cured sooner? How many wars could have been avoided through knowledge and diplomacy? What if we had retained the ancient understanding of astronomy or the architectural methods used to build temples that still baffle us today? The loss of the Library of Alexandria may have set back human progress by centuries, maybe even a millennium, and perhaps worst of all, we will never know what we never knew. Though the Library of Alexandria is gone, its legacy still echoes across time. Many of the ideas once housed there, open inquiry, preservation of knowledge, and international intellectual exchange, live on in modern institutions. Places like the Library of Congress, the British Library, and the Vatican archives carry the spirit of Alexandria, a drive to collect, protect, and share knowledge. Universities and research centers, with their global collaborations and multidisciplinary studies, also reflect the vision of the ancient Museion. Even today, many researchers and thinkers romanticize the idea of a lost golden age of wisdom. The story of the library continues to inspire movies, books, games, and documentaries. Not because we know everything about it, but because we don't. The mystery is part of the allure. In the digital age, where knowledge is more accessible than ever, the fall of Alexandria serves as a cautionary tale. Preserve, share, never assume it will always be there. And as we build massive databases, online archives, and AI-driven libraries, we are, in a way, trying to rebuild what was lost. The flame that once burned in Alexandria still flickers in our pursuit of truth. The Library of Alexandria was more than stone walls and scrolls. It was a dream, humanity's dream, of understanding everything. Its loss is a symbol, a reminder of how fragile knowledge can be. What would our world look like today if that flame had never gone out? If we had built upon the wisdom of thousands of ancient thinkers without interruption? Would we be exploring distant galaxies right now? Would disease, war, or poverty still exist? Or maybe we wouldn't be any different. Maybe the loss of the library wasn't just physical. Maybe it was a reflection of our fear of truth, of change, of the unknown. But today we have a choice. With every book we read, every story we preserve, every curiosity we follow, we reignite that ancient flame. So now we ask you, do you believe the next Alexandria is digital? Or have we already let the new library begin to burn once again?